Further exciting discoveries have been made in the Church of the Virgin at the Monastery of the Syrians in Wadi Natrun. 1. This painting represents St Macarius and a cherubim, but we cannot tell which St Macarius. To the left of Macarius is a large figure of a cherubim. He has a human face, but around his head are 3 more heads of a lion, a bird, and a bull, referring to the vision of Ezekiel, chapter 1. The cherubim has 6 wings, of which 2 cover his body. They are green and covered with eyes. This element seems to be based on the Apocalypse of St John, chapter 4. With one hand, the cherubim holds the arm of Macarius, an element referring to the life of Macarius the Great, where a cherubim guides him to a new place to live in the desert of Shaheet. This is the head of the cherubim. 2 texts have been uncovered on the walls of the church, one in Syriac and one in Coptic. This is the Coptic text, enclosed in a red painted frame, and is in a poor state of preservation. The Syriac text is in a good state of preservation and speaks about the death of Saint Macarius from Takrit, abbot of the monastery, who died in the year 888 AD. Both the Coptic and Syriac texts wish him to join St Macarius in heaven and to rest in the lap of Abraham. This gives us the unique opportunity to date the other paintings to the year 888 AD. The texts add important information concerning the history of the monastery. 2 saints on horseback. To the left of the inscriptions, a painting representing 2 saints on horseback, killing small figures lying on the ground, was uncovered. Positive identification of these saints is not yet possible, but it is possible that the older horseman is Saint Ninas. The right one of the 2 is of an advanced age and has a severe face with a grey pointed beard and grey hair falling over his shoulders and back. On his head he wears a crown or a diadem, consisting of a yellow band with yellow and red round objects, possibly gems, on top. He wears what seems to be a dark red tunic, over which he wears a yellow girdle that is worn over the chest like an officer's sash. From the shoulder hangs a shoulder guard of the ancient Roman type. Over this he wears a wide brown cloak, fastened at his right shoulder with a knot. His left hand holds the bridles, while his right arm is raised over his head, holding 2 spears. These spears end in ornamental crosses at the top, while the spearheads are pointed towards 2 small figures between the legs of the horse. The right one of the 2 wears a crown that looks similar to the crown of the saint on horseback, while he also has a halo. On a small square surface that has been left blank in the green background, the name Alexandros is written in Greek, or maybe Coptic, and Syriac. The second figure, who also has a halo, appears to wear some kind of bonnet and is not identified. I'll start that one again, Father Hilarion. I'm up to number 5. The second figure, who also has a halo, appears to wear some kind of bonnet and is not identified by an inscription. The second horseman seems to be a young man. His face is heavily damaged, but one can see the contours of a haloed face without a beard and with red dots on the cheeks, possibly meant to depict a blush. His hair is dark and falls over his shoulders, as in the case of the first horseman. His dress is similar as well, a brown tunic with red rondelles on the knees and what seems to be a red decorative application on the shoulders. Over his tunic he wears similar shoulder guards and officer's sash as the other horsemen, while his cloak is white and decorated with a pattern of small crosses, composed of red dots. His left hand holds the bridle, while in his right hand he holds a cross. The horses have been... sorry, Father, I'll do that one again. The horses have been depicted symmetrically. The heads turned towards each other. Both of them have an elaborate harness, yellow with green and red ornaments, so as to suggest gold with precious stones. On the breasts of the horses, the strips of the harnesses come together in a decorated breast shield. An unknown horse-riding saint who kills Diocletian and a certain Alexandros.